HTML colors. HTML colors are specified with predefined color names or with RGB, that stands for the colors red, green, and blue. We have the hex colors, that stands for the hexadecimals. We have the HSL, that stands for hue or hue saturation lightness. We have again the RGBA this time, the red, green, blue, alpha, or the HSLA, that stands for hue saturation lightness alpha values. So we have the color names. In HTML, a color can be specified by using a color name, and we have the tomato, orange, dagger blue, medium sea green, gray, slate blue, violet, light gray. We have background color. You can set the background color for HTML elements. As you can see here in these examples, we have this text, but this background is kind of like the blue or dagger blue in this case, and this one would be kind of like a orange. So we're gonna open Visual Studio Code, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna create a new file. So I'm gonna name it test, and it's gonna have an extension of HTML. So this is an HTML file. You press shift exclamation mark and then press enter, and now we have a template to work with. So I'm gonna grab this example. I'm gonna grab with Ctrl C, and I'm gonna paste it inside of the body with Ctrl V. Okay, so I'm gonna tab it. I'm gonna press tab. Okay, so now it looks good. So here we have in line 11, I have a heading. It's a heading 1, and we also have an end tag, that is the slash heading 1. So we're using the style property, and we use the equal sign. Inside double quotes, we're gonna have the background hyphen color, and we're gonna choose this time the dagger blue. So we close the angle brackets, and we have a message here, hello world. I'm gonna put, I don't know, hello YouTube, hello YouTube. We save it with Ctrl S. In line 12, we're gonna have a paragraph, and the property style is gonna be background color, and this time they're using a tomato, and we're gonna have this Lorem Ipsum, I don't know, let's put tomato color. Okay, let's put it like that. And now we're gonna go to the HTML file, right click, and open with live server, and you can see hello YouTube tomato color. So we can change colors, like I'm gonna change the text here. So for example, you can delete this stuff here. Just press the column, and as you can see, Visual Studio Code gives you these options to start picking. For example, we are gonna go for, I don't know, let's go for chocolate. Let's go for chocolate. And instead of tomato, you can also just mouse over it, and we're gonna grab, I don't know, let's just go for, okay, so we save it, and we went for the RGB 2055380, and let's see what happens. And as you can see, the background of the text in hello YouTube has changed, and the background for the hello YouTube, the second one, has also changed. So that's how you do it, and you can also mouse over it. And for example, we can go here, and you can go, I don't know, maybe like this color here, and it's gonna be the RGB 30, 210, 135. So we save it with Ctrl S, and okay, you can see it over here. So that is that. You have the heading and a paragraph. Okay, now text color. You can set the color of text. So in the previous example, we were working with the background color of the text. In this case, we're gonna be modifying the color of the text itself. So here are some examples. So we're gonna grab here these three examples that we have. we're gonna go to Visual Studio Code, and I'm gonna paste it just over here. So we tap this one. Okay, now it's fine. And we have in lines 11 we have the heading 1, we have the style, and this time we don't have background color, we just have color, colon, and then we're using here tomato, and then hello world. And the second one we have a paragraph, we have the property style, we have the color, colon, and this time we're using Dodger blue. And finally in the line 13 we have a paragraph and the property style with color medium sea green. So let's see what happens. And as you can see, we have this text with this color, and each text has a different color. So we can change it just mousing over it, and as you can see we have the RGB 20, 255, 99, and 71. Let's change it. I don't know, let's grab it from here and go, I don't know, RGB 195, 205, and 85. And for the second one we have the RGB 30, 144, 255. So we're gonna go, I don't know, you can play around with this stuff. So I'm gonna go with 56, 76, and 96. And for the last one I'm gonna go all the way here, and I'm gonna pick the RGB 179, 60, and 123. So I save it, and the text is gonna change. As you can see here, the text has changed. So now we're gonna go border color. You can set the color of border. So as you can see, the text is the same in these three examples, but the border has changed. So this is kind of like an orange, blue, and kind of like a violet color. So we're gonna grab these three examples, and we're gonna go to Visual Studio Code. We're gonna save it. Okay, and this time we have three headings. The heading 1, we have the style property for line 11 with border 2 pixels solid, and it's gonna be tomato. And we have some content here, hello world. For line 12 we have a heading 1, style property, border, we have 2 pixels solid, Dodger blue. And we have for the line 13 heading 1, style property, border 2 pixels solid, violet. So we can see what happened. As you can see, we have the text is the same, but the borderline has changed. So if instead of 2 pixels, let's say this one is gonna be 20 pixels, let's see what happens. Okay, that is the, it makes it way bigger. That is the reason we're using pixels here. I don't know, let's go 200 this time, and let's choose another color. So again, you can just mouse it over it. Let's go for, I don't know, kind of like a yellow. Yeah, this one is fine. We save it, and we put 200 pixels. Okay, it looks really okay. Let's just keep it in 20. Let's just keep it in 2. And this one, let's just put it 100 to see what happens. And we're gonna mouse over it. Let's pick, I don't know, all the way down. Let's see what happens. Okay, and this is the border color. So these are the examples. Let's go back to just 2 pixels. We save it. Now they all look much better. So that is that for the border color. Now we're gonna go with color values. And HTML colors can also be specified using RGB values. That stands for red, green, blue values. And for example, this number here, that would be specified for the red. This number here, that would be specified for the green, and this number would be specified for the blue. We have also the hex values, and this is an example. You have the number sign, in this case is FF6347. We have the HSL values, that stands for the hue, saturation, lightness. And here we have the number, then we have the percentages, in this case 100%, 64%. Then we have the RGBA, that is the same as this one but with alpha values. And finally we have the HSL-A, again that is the same as this one but with alpha values. So the following 3 deep elements have their background color set with RGB, hex and HSL values. The following 2 deep elements have their background color set with RGBA and HSLA values, which add an alpha channel to the color. Here we have 50% transparency. Okay, we're gonna grab these examples. So again, the first 3 the following 3 elements have their background color set with RGB, hex and HSL values. So we're gonna go to Visual Studio Code. I'm gonna paste the 5 examples. Okay, and let's see what happens. We go to our website and we have the 3 examples here. The following 3 deep elements have their background colors we set with RGB, hex and HSL values. So let's change those. Okay, so we have the lines 11 to 13. We have H1 style. The style property is going to be background color, and now we're using RGB. So we have 255, 99 and 71. Let's change this color to let's go, you can just play around here. Let's just pick this color here. That is gonna be 71, 255 and 163. Now in the second one, let's pick another color. So these are the first one has RGB, the second one is the hexadecimal. So we're gonna grab let's just pick this example. That is gonna be the number sign 40, 50, 57, 52. Line 13 is gonna be HSL. So let's mess up with okay, let's put a 60% and let's put 4% here. Now let's go here. Okay, now let's pick another one a little bit clearer. Okay, so we have 174, 71% and 31. Okay, let's save it and let's see what happens. I don't know, you just playing with the colors. Okay, it has changed here. And okay, those are the 3 examples that we saw here. Now we're gonna, the following 2 deep elements have their background color set with RGBA and HSLA values, which add an alpha channel to the color. Here we have 50% transparency. So this time we're gonna go, I don't know, let's pick, you can play around again with these colors here. So in this case we're using 86, 255, 71 and 0.5. And the last one we're gonna use 233, 100%, 64% and 0.5. And we can go, I don't know, maybe 0.2 and the S1 0.1. Save it and let's see what happens. And as you can see, the transparency is kind of like going away here. Let's go to 7 here and I don't know, 9. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's a more solid color. So that is that. You can play around here with these colors.